Good afternoon. This is Judge Elisa Perez presiding over the 210th District Court criminal docket for September 10th, 2024. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all directives regarding remote proceedings. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Mr. Nanez, I'll go ahead and call our next case. I'm going to call Cifuentes. Okay, Ms. King, you're on that one.
Yes, Judge.
Calling cause number 2023 annex. Good afternoon. I'm sorry. May I please have Carlos Cifuentes?
Yes, good night, Your Honor.
Thank you. Had a lot of Carloses and Moraleses. I was getting a little confused. I was mixing people up. So let's get Mr. Cifuentes. Mr. Cifuentes, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So I'm sorry, calling cause number 2023-0D08328, State of Texas versus Carlos Alberto Cifuentes. May I have announcements, please?
Rollicking for the state. State is ready.
Justin Underwood on behalf of Carlos Cifuentes, Your Honor, we're ready for this hearing.
And for purposes of the record, Mr. Cifuentes is appearing remotely from the jail annex. We are set on defense counsel's motion to withdraw in this case. The court has reviewed that. Let me just get some details. Ms. King, is there a rec in this case?
Your Honor, the rec was 35 years TDC, but the rec is now off the table.
So there's no rec. We are proceeding to trial, and trial is specially set for this month, September 26th, 27th. Mr. Cifuentes, your attorney has filed a motion to withdraw. So have you made arrangements to hire another attorney, or what is it that you're doing?
Yes, Your Honor, we're working on it right now.
Well, you have a trial in 2 weeks. I'm
Yes.
understanding then, don't tell me anything about the case or anything, but you're in agreement with Mr. Underwood's request to withdraw?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Underwood, as I mentioned, I reviewed your request. I am, well, Mr. Underwood's court appointed, if I'm not mistaken. And
Correct.
so, Mr. Cifuentes, you know, you're set for trial in 2 weeks. Let me see. You were aware of the motion to withdraw, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You had a specially set trial back in February, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what's the holdup on hiring a new attorney?
Because of the money, but we already got the money, so we just need to talk to the lawyer already. So everything's already everything. I just need to call the lawyer and get everything in motion.
Who are you gonna hire?
I was looking for Joe Spencer.
Is Mr. Spencer on this afternoon?
No, ma'am.
No? All right. Do you understand that, you know, this means that your case is not gonna go to trial at the end of this month?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Underwood, your request is granted. We are gonna bring Mr. Cifuentes back for the final hearing plea deadline in person. And hopefully you have an attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Underwood. Thank you for all your assistance. I just want to make sure Mr. Cifuentes also knows that there is no longer an offer from the state in this case.
Mr. Underwood has another one, Judge, for Mr. Avalar.
I'm not done with Mr. Cifuentes. Mr. Cifuentes, you understand the state is saying they are no longer making an offer in your case. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alrighty. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Underwood.
Yes, Judge, thank you very much.
Mr. Hernandez, we're going to keep the settings. Thank you. Ms. King, is that all you have?
Yes, Judge. May I be excused?
You may.
Thank you.
Who is Mr. Underwood's next client? I'm sorry.
For Mr. Avalar, it's gonna be Liliana Harris downtown in downtown Hazard. Downtown, are you there?
This is a bond hearing, Mr. Underwood. You're going to cover it?
I am, Judge, but I think the state, if I'm reading this right, I think if I talked to Ms. Waneri a few minutes ago, is this the one that you guys would do 1244A time served on the lesser?
What case is that again, if you don't mind?
It's
Liliana Harris.
Page 30.
Oh, the one that I just said I would do 12-4, no, that's Maria Rios.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm looking at this. It looks like she's on, oh, I think she's on deferred. Is that right?
She's on deferred and she picked up another possession and a tampering. So she's no bond on the probation case. She's got a $5,000 bond on the possession and a $1,000 bond on the tampering.
Okay. And the new case is not filed yet, correct?
Not indicted yet, no.
Okay. Sure, I can cover it.
If you want to, if not, we're happy to have Mr. Avalar come on.
No. I think Mr. Avalar's tied up, but I'm happy to do it, Judge.
Okay. Downtown, are you there? Do you have Miss Harris? Hmm.
Mr. Nanias, can I get the page number, please?
It's
30?
page 30.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I broke up my docket.
Does this make sense? It's simple.
Downtown, are you there? All right.
Let me give him a call, Judge.
Oh, Mr. Anchondo's here now. Okay. All right, then let's do the next one at Mr. Veith, are you here on Roberto Contreras? Mr. Underwood, we'll come back to you. Thank you.
Contreras,
Yes, ma'am.
Contreras Roberto.
Mm-hmm.
Judge,
Yes.
this is the case where I didn't list all the 3 cases. He's got 2 probation matters.
I got it. I wrote them down. Thank you.
Hi, Judge.
Hi. Annex, can we have Roberto Contreras?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, calling cause numbers 2024 0D04635, 2019 0D06566, and 2019 0D02426, each case styled the state of Texas versus Roberto Contreras. May I have announcements, please?
8-1 area for the state of Texas, present, ready, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Joseph Heath on behalf of the defense, and we are ready.
And for purposes of the record, Mr. Contreras is appearing remotely from the jail annex. We are set for a bond hearing on each of these cases. Mr. Beatty, may proceed.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I represent Mr. Contreras. He is on probation in your court. He was on probation for a theft, and he was working his way through probation when he got rearrested just recently for a family violence case. And I spoke to the probation department this morning when I was in your court, and he had completed his community service as part of probation. He had, I think, completed everything except for the financial aspects. He had some restitution that he owed still. He had another year of probation left. I think it was about $6,000 of restitution and some of the other financial aspects, but I think he completed his other terms. His substantive terms were completed. He's been going through some financial hardship during the course of his probation, but he is able to work now. He has a construction security job that he's going to be able to continue working if he's able to be released. And he has 3 kids, a 7-year-old daughter, a 6-year-old son, and a 3-year-old daughter. And one of his, and he has also a medical issue himself having to do with his heart condition. I think it's called bradycardia. And that's something that he expressed concern to us about now that he's been incarcerated, but he was doing well on probation until he picked up this new case. And the case involves his wife, and we did obtain a non-prosecution statement from her already. So I anticipate there's going to be some back and forth with respect to the new family violence case. I'm not sure where that's going to go, but we do have a non-prosecution statement, which I think is important for the court's consideration. I think he could still be a very good probationer, and he was on probation for a very long time without any major problems. Unfortunately, this new case arose, and he wants to address it, and I believe that he could become better from this. And I'm hopeful that while the new case is going through the process, he can have an opportunity to be on probation or be at least released, and continue working towards some of those requirements, especially having to do with restitution, given that was the primary outstanding requirement that he had not fulfilled his obligation towards. That being said, he's living here. He's in El Paso, and he's a U.S. citizen. His family's here. His children are here. I don't believe he's a flight risk. I don't believe he's a danger. If released, he's going to begin working and continuing to pay restitution as required as part of his probation. And I'm hopeful that the state will consider resolving both these cases and allowing him to stay on probation. He's been in jail for some time now, several weeks. So I think that's been an eye-opening experience for him. And he's been sitting there hoping that he has the opportunity to prove himself to the court, Your Honor. We're hopeful that the court would consider releasing him on a bond, primarily PR, and allowing him to resume his probation while his new case is pending, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Hold on a second. All right, Ms. Winery, go ahead.
Your Honor, the state would oppose any sort of, there's not a bond, I'm sorry. So it would oppose a bond reduction for various reasons. Namely, this defendant seems to have an issue with aggression. He seems to have an issue with his anger and taking it out on vulnerable people and things around him. He was doing fine, I guess, if you want to say that, on probation. Being on probation to begin with is the first red flag. Second is that the assault, family violence, which he just picked up, the main issue is not just that he's aggressive with the mother of his children, but that he's aggressive in front of his children. He also had been arrested previously for cruelty to animals. So it leads the state to believe that his aggression is directed towards those who are incapable of fighting back against him. So while he may be compliant when it comes to doing community service of his choice or doing other things that, he's comfortable with, when it comes to how he treats those around him, the fact that his family lives in fear, and the fact that other people have to intervene in order for those people to get help, the state would say that he is a danger to the community. He's a danger to the mother of his children who did request a protective order, and he's a danger to fellow El Pasoans. So the state would oppose, again, a bond reduction if there is one in place, and would ask that if he is given a bond, that it not be a PR bond, and that it be a bond where there are sureties involved.
Your Honor, that animal cruelty case was dismissed, and the allegations subject to the family violence case are contested. And as noted previously, she signed a non-prosecution statement already, and I don't think he has necessarily a violent disposition based on his history, and had been doing really well on probation up until this family violence case, Your Honor. And again, I think it's something that we're going to resolve. And I also think that it shouldn't exclude him from being able to finish probation. I still think there's a lot of hope for him in that regard. And he's young, and he has the opportunity to improve himself. And I think we're hopeful that he has the opportunity to prove himself as part of his probation, Your Honor.
Okay. All righty. So I did review the PSR. It appears that these are all of his criminal history. I mean, with the exception of, dismissed cases. He is I'm trying to see, I guess there's an affidavit of incarceration. He's at $100,000 on this assault, family violence, impeding.
That's correct.
He's at no bond on the
Probation
on the
cases.
2 probation cases. So kind of mixing these two together. And in terms of the probation cases, I did review the case summary. Probation is making a recommendation to modify him to the domestic violence caseload. The court is inclined to do that. Okay, the court is inclined to do that on 2019 0D06566, 2019 0D02426. So I'm going to ask for motions to dismiss the M tags on the 2 probation cases with that modification. And on the probation cases, then I think that resolves the bond. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, thank
On the
you.
probation cases. Now, with that said, the family violence case, I am going to grant the request to reduce the bond. I don't know what resources your client may have to post bond, but it's going to be a $25,000 split bond, $20,000 cash surety, $5,000 PR to follow all terms and conditions of his 2 probation cases. He is also going to report monthly to PR bond. He is to have no offensive contact with the complainant. He is to possess no weapons or ammo. He is going to be tested, no illegal drugs or alcohol. He's going to have a curfew from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. or whatever that he has on the probation. So all of those things actually are going to be on the probation, and commit no new offenses. And then you all can figure out what you're going to do with the new case.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay?
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, on the probation summary from the probation officer, I believe the cases still have to be screened to see if they qualify for the domestic violence caseload.
Mhm.
And I can only assume that this is being recommended just based on the pending new assault charge.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to refer to you, in the event that it doesn't qualify, will that be okay? Just let you know, email you and let you know that it didn't qualify, the 2 probation cases?
Or we could do BIP, Your Honor, if in lieu of that, if for some reason he doesn't qualify.
Okay, that's good. So screen and then add BIP.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else?
Nothing more, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
All right, who's next?
You have Ms. Harris, if you want.
Oh, yes, Ms. Harris. Mr. Underwood, are you here? Yes,
Sorry about that.
no worries. And then we'll go to Mr. Antondo's case. All right, Ms. Harris at the downtown jail. Downtown, are you there?
They were on earlier, Judge. They must be
know, I
having
saw.
problems.
Yes.
Okay, if you would please turn on the video. Thank you. All right, calling cause number 2022-0D04389, State of Texas. Excuse me, State of Texas versus Liliana Harris. May I have announcements, please?
Ada Warneri for the state of Texas, present ready, Your Honor.
Justin Underwood for Ms. Harris. We're ready, Judge.
For purposes of the record, Ms. Harris is appearing remotely from the downtown jail. We're scheduled for a probation status hearing. Why did I think?
Right, Judge.
Mm-hmm. Let me check something. I did,
Judge,
but
I'm
I was thinking that it was a bond hearing, but
you scared me a little bit, and then I looked at the notes from our office, and it said that we were appointed on the 29th, so just 10 days ago, but we were going to file a motion to set bond on her deferred adjudication case that is set today, and then ask for a hearing on that. But in the interim, we also, if she can't make that, the new case, I don't think she'll have a problem making bond. That bond's not astronomical, but she does not have a bond set on her deferred adjudication probation.
yeah.
So that's the updated information that I have.
Well, okay, thank you. I did review the probation case summary. Let me ask Ms. Warneri, where are these two, the new possession? I mean, it's August 14th. It's less than a month ago. So we have a possession and a tampering. Mr. Underwood, my thought is I'm going to have follow up with a probation status again in 30 days. You file your motion to set bond. We get it set for a hearing, whether we use that date or a date sooner. We'll check and see where the new cases are.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay. I didn't have the PSR. I'll have it at that time. So I'll have a better idea of where I'm headed.
Carla, are you covering for probation for Ms. Harris today?
Yes, I am.
Can you, I'm the only reason I'm asking, Judge, and I'm sorry to ask this question, but I'm looking at the affidavit for the for the probation violation. The only allegation I think is the new case. So I'm going to assume she was reporting and doing what she was supposed to do other than the new allegation. I can't tell that on my end. I'm just looking at what the affidavit says. Is that true, not true?
I think she was, let's see, email received from Reeves providing non-compliance consisted of unsuccessful discharge from substance abuse caseload due to lack of attendance and continued THC use. They closed interest on El Paso County's case. No progress report. He has a misdemeanor case in Reeves County and would be filing on it. And then
Okay.
she picks up these two. So I think, but I don't like to say it because I don't have the PSR yet. I think I'm not inclined to keep her on probation, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
File your motion and we'll go from there.
Yes, ma'am, we will, Judge. Liliana will be out to visit with you very shortly.
Thank you. Mr. Underwood, I think that's all you have. Thank you for your time.
Yes, ma'am, Judge. Thank you.
Do we have anyone
Bye-bye.
else downtown?
Yes, ma'am, we have Silvas, Jesus
Okay.
Silvas.
Okay. All right. Who's next, Mr. Nanez?
It'll take me a while to get to Silvas, Judge, so we can go to Mr. Haloma, Savio Haloma, page 31.
Okay.
Regala's here.
Do we need an interpreter?
I'm sorry, my mistake. We can go to McMurray, Kyra. The interpreter they're having trouble getting them. They're in different hearings. So
Okay.
they'll appear when they can.
Okay, we'll come back to Ms. Vergara.
Sir.
Uh,
McMurray?
let's see.
Next, we get McMurray.
Is that Kiera McMurray?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, Ms. Vergara, you have this one too. Oh, sorry. All right, let's get going. Calling cause number 2024-0D01799, State of Texas versus Kiera McMurray. May I have announcements, please?
81 area for the state of Texas, present ready, Your Honor.
Lindsay Vergara for Ms. McMurray, Your Honor, and we're ready to proceed.
And for purposes, let me make sure we verify. Did we have the waiver of in-person filed with this paperwork? I did not double check that. Let me see.
I don't see a judge, but I'm sure Ms. McMurray would be willing to waive it on the record if that would suffice.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Doesn't. We need it in writing. Yeah, I didn't recall seeing one lately. Ms. McMurray, we're gonna, we need to have a written waiver from you in order for me to conduct this plea via Zoom. So I'm happy to bring her in on Thursday morning. We have some in-person pleas. We can bring her in at 9 o'clock and do it in person.
Sounds good, Judge.
Okay. All right, Ms. McMurray, we'll see you on Thursday.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Vergara.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
The interpreter should be logging in shortly, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Anchondo, are you there?
I am, Judge.
All right. Thank you for appearing. I actually had said reset. Do we have Crystal Reyes?
Yes, ma'am.
If you will bring her out, please. She's on page 32 and 33.
And they do me no good there, 'cause by the time I get back there, it's
That's
it's
okay.
just not gonna be no good anyway.
That's what I'm saying. I don't wanna rush through this shit right now. That's what I'm trying to do that. There's a better option for me too. If I give them an act.
Okay. Calling cause numbers 2024-0D01279 and 2021-0D00716, State of Texas versus Crystal Destiny Reyes. May I have announcements, please?
81 area for the state of Texas, present ready, Your Honor.
Chris Anchondo on behalf of Ms. Reyes, Judge, we're ready.
And we are set for a probation status hearing and status conference. Ms. Reyes is appearing remotely from the jail annex. I have this at our 5-year TDC rec. We have our jury trial set in February. I'm not quite sure why we're having to address it, but was there anything you wanted to address, Mr. Anchondo?
I think she's on for a first, right?
Yes.
So the only thing was, I think the state was considering more time on the new case than what the probation recommendation was. And so that's the only,
Okay. Let me go back and look at it.
so we were looking at running everything together with the 5 on the other one.
Yeah, 5 years. That's what I see. 5 years on the probation case. So was there something different, Ms. Winery? Did you have something different in your notes?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll just go to the next setting, Mr. Anchondo. Mr. Anchondo, are you there?
I'm sorry, Judge. I have horrible reception here at the hospital.
Okay.
What was that being said? What did Miss Winery?
So she was in agreement that her rec was 5 TDC, and we're just gonna go to the next setting.
Okay, yes, then we'll go ahead and do that, and then if anything, Miss Winery, if you can get the document sent over, I can maybe get over to see her soon, and we can get this over with quicker.
Thank you, Ms. Winery. If you'll send over the plea paperwork, and if that doesn't go through, then we'll see you at the next setting. Mr. Anchondo doesn't have anything else, does he?
I had a 1:30, Judge, but I'll talk with Miss
I'll let you
Winery
reach out to, Ms. Winery when you're not so busy.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, take care. Be safe. Thank you, Ms. Reyes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, so we're at 5 on that one. All right, who's next?
Next, Judge, page 31, Mr. Fuentes just got on. Let me bring him in so we can go ahead and do that one, Judge. It'll be page 31, Sergio Haloma from Ms. Vergara.
Mr. Reynolds, you're on this one?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so let's get the interpreter function going. And if my English speakers will select English, annex if you will select Spanish.
And what do I select? I'm
You can
just kidding.
select whatever you want, because you got it all, Mr. All right. And annex, if we could have Sergio Haloma, please.
Okay, it's coming out.
Thank you.
No.
Okay. Annex, if you would select Spanish, please. Mr. Reynolds, are you there?
I am, Judge.
And Ms. Vergara,
I am, Your Honor.
would you select English, please? Because I won't be able to hear you.
Oh, I apologize. Did I do it, Judge?
I can.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Please select.
Okay, did I do it now?
You got it. Okay. Calling cause number 2024 0D04905, State of Texas versus Sergio Alfredo Haloma. May I have announcements, please?
Jacob Reynolds for the State of Texas. Ready, Your Honor.
Lindsay Vergara for Mr. Haloma, Your Honor, ready.
For purposes of the record, Mr. Haloma is appearing remotely from the jail annex. He is also utilizing the assistance of a court interpreter, Mr. Jesus Cifuentes. We are scheduled for a bond hearing. Ms. Vergara, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Haloma has been in jail since his arrest. He does have a sick child who's out and he provides for. His child lives in Mexico, and so for what little money he does make, he kind of sends some of it over to her. It looks like if he were out and about, he could stay with his aunt, Miss Maria Guadalupe, and I did call her, Your Honor, and verified she's willing to take the call from the court if necessary. Her phone number is 915-302-9170. And the address he would be staying at is at 5202 Carousel Drive. At this point, he does not have a job waiting for him. However, he does odd jobs anyhow, so it would just be what comes to him. He does have currently an ICE hold, Your Honor. He is a Mexican citizen, but we are unsure whether or not he'd be deported, and therefore there is a chance that he could stay in the States, Your Honor.
Anything else?
Not a danger to the community, Your Honor. I don't think he has any prior record, and then he would not be a flight risk on his own volition, and that he's committed to coming back and facing these charges, Your Honor. That would be the end.
All righty, Mr. Reynolds.
Your Honor, we believe bond is reasonable as currently set. Mr. Haloma lacks ties to the community. He has no job. His home address is not in El Paso. He has no legal status in this country. If the bond were to be reduced and he posted bond and was released, in all likelihood he would be deported. And with a second-degree felony charge currently pending against him, in all likelihood he would not be allowed to return to this country legally. So for these reasons, Your Honor, we believe that Mr. Haloma poses a significant flight risk, and we would oppose any reduction in bond or grant of PR component.
Okay, so you're opposed to any reduction, even if it's a split?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that Mr. Haloma is per se flight risk.
Okay. All right, Ms. Vergara, anything else?
Your Honor, Mr. Haloma can come up with about maybe $1,000 when I talk to his family. So that is what we're respectfully requesting at this point.
Okay. The bond is 15,000 cash surety. I'm going to deny the request to reduce the bond any further. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Does
May I
anyone?
be
You may. Thank you. I hope
Thank you, Judge.
throat gets better.
Thank you.
Mr. Nanez, if we could turn off the interpreter function if we no longer, if no one needs an interpreter. All right. Mr. Cifuentes, thank you so much.
I know I do that. I'm on my mouth just to see if you're
knew
paying
you were
attention.
tricking us. I knew you were tricking us. Mr. Nanez had already turned it off.
All right.
Have a good day.
We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Who's next, Mr. Nanez? Does Mr. Reynolds have anything else?
Mr. Reynolds does. He has got Lawrence Lucero on page 32.
Oh, okay. Mr. Lucero, Mr. Huffman, this is the one we were talking about earlier. And next, if we could have Lawrence Lucero, please.
Yes, I'm coming up.
Thank you. Mr. Huffman, are you there? All right. Mr. Reynolds, do you have any other cases?
No, Your Honor, it's just this one.
Okay, this is the one we discussed, 5 TDC, right? Mr. Lucero, your attorney is not answering, so if he answers, I'll come back to you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Reynolds. You're excused.
Oh, well, Your Honor, are you going to reset this hearing?
When Mr. Huffman logs on, there he is.
I'm here, Judge.
Mr. Lucero, you want to come on back, please? All right, you didn't go far. Let's call it. Calling cause numbers 2024-0D04303 and 2023-0D01981, State of Texas versus Lawrence Joshua Lucero. May I have announcements, please?
Jacob Reynolds for the state of Texas, ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Rick Hoffman on behalf of Mr. Lucero.
And Mr. Lucero is appearing remotely from the jail annex. We're scheduled for a status on the 2024 case, and we have a probation status hearing attached. I think we scheduled this primarily because the new case originally got put in the 120th in a different court, but of course we had his probation case here. So Mr. Lucero, we need to get you a trial track. Your case was assigned initially to a different court, but I had your probation case, so we're going to get you a trial setting with a series of dates. I can tell you that your attorney and Mr. Reynolds, the state, were discussing a recommendation. And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Reynolds, that was 5 TDC on the new case.
It would be 5 TDC on the new case, and the minimum is 10 on the probation case.
Okay.
Your Honor, I've just kind of taken a brief look at the affidavit for the notice violation. Violation notice. I haven't seen a motion to revoke. I'm kind of just trying to get an idea how he was doing on probation, other than the new offense.
Here it is, Lawrence Lucero. Let me pull it up. I actually don't remember if I read this one. Feel like I did.
He was being supervised in New Mexico at one point, Your Honor.
He has a pending. No, there it is. Okay, so we have our smuggling. So, okay, so he was on deferred 10 years, transferred to New Mexico interstate. He got the May 31st smuggling, bench warrants, failed to report, well, to New Mexico because he was probably in custody on this, no? On June 10th. In violation of leaving New Mexico without permission of probation in the court. In addition, New Mexico reported the following. Oh, March 25th, positive fentanyl use, and on May 6th, positive test for alcohol. We got our new charges. The recommendation is to have him supervised here in El Paso. You know, don't want to say definitively, but I don't think I'm in agreement with keeping him on probation, but I'm sure I'll hear more from you another time. So I'm hearing 5 and 10, and we will have settings for the new case.
Very well. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
All right,
Maybe.
you may, Mr. Reynolds.
I appreciate it.
All right. So we have Silvas. Is that all that's left?
No, Silvas and Angel Hernandez for Mr. Huffman.
Okay, let's do Angel Hernandez.
Okay.
Thank you,
Annex,
Mr. Lucero.
Annex, are you there?
Yes, Hernandez.
Hernandez, please.
Hernandez Gabriel is coming now.
Thank
Hernandez
you.
Angel.
Angel Gabriel.
What page is that on?
31. Okay. All right. Calling cause number 2022-0D04194, State of Texas versus Angel Gabriel Hernandez. May I have announcements, please?
Ada Winnery for the state of Texas, present ready, Your Honor.
Rick Hoffman on behalf of Mr. Hernandez.
All right. And Mr. Hernandez is appearing remotely from the jail annex. We are just set for a probation status hearing. Yeah, we don't have any new cases, but what I do have is a case summary where he was testing positive for amphetamines January, February this year. Is this the right one? Yes. He attended TAP in February, was admitted into supportive outpatient. He stopped reporting from March to July. We got our bench warrant. Motion to adjudicate was filed, and he was arrested at the end of July. They're recommending he participate in special programs with the substance abuse caseload. Here, attend substance abuse treatment and moral recognition therapy. He has been screened and accepted and is pending my approval. Well, tell me a little about your client, Mr. Huffman.
Well, Judge, I think the probation department kind of hit the nail on the head. This is definitely a substance abuse issue. He was doing well for the first few months on probation, but the substance abuse got the better of him towards the end, and he tested positive and had some issues reporting after that. He was before he relapsed, Judge, he was working at Wendy's. He has a 10-year-old that he lives with, and basically half the time with he and his mother. The other half of the time, the child lives with the mom. But he does live here in the area, in Anthony, Judge. He did not pick up new charges. He's in the process of getting his apprentice license for plumbing, Judge. He's apparently very close to getting his apprentice license. He's been doing side jobs, landscaping, and plumbing. He's never been to rehab, never been to a prison. He was on unsupervised probation as a juvenile, but this is kind of the first time he's ever been on like a real kind of probation type. Judge, we are respectfully asking the court for reinstatement. The drug is meth, Judge, but he wants to let the court know that he can and will quit the meth, and he's hoping to get one more chance on probation, Judge.
So what I don't like is that and I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just thinking of the treatment that we're looking at. I'm not so sure I'm real convinced with the special programs being monitored more closely. I mean, he's relapsed so much and gone MIA, which I'm assuming is because of the drug use, is that I feel like it needs to be more restrictive. So I frankly just want to go to BHRTC. That's kind of where I am on that. I don't have a problem getting him some treatment. I just don't think he's going to be successful without some restriction, some like physical restriction. Well, let me ask this, Ms. Carla, can you tell me a little bit about this? I mean, what are we talking about on that recommendation? I mean, I know that therapy, you know, is supposed to be good, and I don't doubt it is. We've had some folks that do well on it, but you know, they've also not done well on it. You know, they end up, you know, sometimes they need the structure, right? They need to be physically limited from accessing these drugs. And I think BHRTC is it for me. Carla, can you tell me about that?
Your Honor, he was already participating in the TAP for outpatient, and I guess to screen him, he's been accepted for the substance abuse caseload so that he can, I guess, participate in the TAP, but also in the moral recognition treatment. But like in special programs, it's just like it says, it's being supervised 2 times a month versus just monthly.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to cut it for me, Mr. Huffman. I think we need BHRTC here.
Well, Judge, he's been in custody, Judge, for 47 days now.
Mm-hmm.
This is by far the longest he's been in jail. And he's never basically been admonished, never been in this situation. I think he's scared into learning. He's been scared into learning his lesson, and he knows that, you know, what the consequences are of any kind of drugs. So he's ready to get out, Judge. He's ready to do this probation. But I mean, I certainly understand the court's concerns. Maybe if there's the problem I think we have with BHRTC is there's just such a long time in the county jail before a bed opens up in that rehab facility.
I know. Did we have his hearing? I'm sorry, I'm not convinced it's not BHRTC. I'm just wondering why we had the hearing on the 20th. Maybe we were in trial. I don't know. I'm
I
at
don't
BHRTC.
remember, Judge. And maybe, Your Honor, if the court feels that there needs to be, again, and there does, needs to be some consequences for the probation violation. Maybe the court can consider some ACOP days before the outpatient rehab program.
What other inpatient type programs are there, Carla? Aliviane?
Aliviana, Judge, BHRTC. And then, I mean, the fullest, which is SafeP.
Yeah. No.
Your Honor, if I may,
You may.
if he's serious about getting his life back on track and getting himself together for his daughter, he would go to BHRTC. One, so that he can make sure that he is clearly, that he's fully dried out. Two, so that he can learn the skills that he will need to be able to resist temptation when he's back on the streets. And three, so that he, again, has that foundation to where when he is put in those situations, because he's going to be working, from what I understand, he's a plumber. He may be doing odd jobs in places where people may be using some sort of substance that includes alcohol. He will be well equipped to handle that. So, I mean, if it was left to the state, we would just ask that he be revoked. But given that the court is leaning towards some sort of treatment, the state would go with BHRTC as well.
What is when they're in custody, Carla, what is the process? For example, if Aliviane, like inpatient, getting that screen. I mean, I know we've done things where they don't do it in the jail, but we've brought them into court and they set up a meeting. They set up a meeting to get them screened for inpatient. Is that something we can screen them for? I'm just thinking in terms of a wait time. I hear counsel on that wait time for BHRTC, but that's always the case. I mean, that is always the case that we have. It's just part of what BHRTC is.
Something else, Your Honor, I mean, if we want to consider, however, it's not inpatient, but the SafeP re-entry drug court.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that we've scheduled, and the 384th, Mr. Alvarado has come to screen them to see if they qualify, and he meets with them in the back.
Mm-hmm.
But on that one, obviously, we need to make sure that he would be transferred. Obviously, it's like the former 384th adult drug court,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not a patient.
And Judge, if the court considers a 45-day ACOP before that gives him 3 months in jail, plenty of time to detox, I think.
No, I'm at BHRTC. The only alternative to that would be Aliviane inpatient.
I think, Judge, if we had the option, we would go with Aliviane.
I'm happy to do that, but then we got to get him screened. We have to set up a time for him to come in, all that kind of business. Right? Am I right, Carla? They don't go to the jail, right?
They're not doing that anymore, Judge, but I can ask his probation officer to see how he can proceed with the screening for Aliviana.
All right.
That's something the court wants to.
We'll do that. Reset for 2 weeks and we'll check on that process.
Okay, and I will set up a jail call with my clients and Judge, I think we're in agreement with the Aliviane, and we'd obviously like to get that started as soon as possible so he can get out as soon as possible and back.
I agree. Look, Mr. Hernandez, what I'm hearing from your attorney is you need treatment. And I'm going to do what I think is the right kind of treatment to make you successful. But I'm telling you right now, we go up, we start with 1 level treatment. If I have to keep going, I'll give you help if you need help. but you better do your part.
Yeah.
All right? All right. In the event he doesn't want any treatment, are we at 2 TDC? Or where are we?
I'm staying 5.
You want 5? Okay.
Because I've talked to him about treatment. He's definitely open to
Okay.
help.
Okay. All right. So we'll come back in 2 weeks to see if we've made any headway on that screening on Liviane, okay?
I already let the officer know, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Carla. 2 weeks. Thank you very much.
And Your Honor, if it's well, I'll set up a joke call. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Jesus Silvas,
Judge, I think that's it for me. May I be excused?
you may.
Your Honor, that was it for the annex. May we be excused?
Oh, yes. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow,
All right, Mr. Mesa, it's just you. Not just you.
The last judge, the best for that.
All righty.
And we'll try to make it quick, Judge.
Okay. Calling cause numbers 2022-0D00875, 2022-0D00195, 2021-0D00055, and 2020-0D04211, each case style the state of Texas versus Jesus Miguel Silvas. May I have announcements, please?
Ada Meyer for the state of Texas, present ready, Your Honor.
Eric Meza for the defense judge, also ready.
And for purposes of the record, Mr. Silvas is appearing remotely from the downtown jail. We are set for bond hearings in each of these cases. Mr. Mesa, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. As you mentioned, my client is on probation for those 4 cases. It is a deferred probation that he was placed on different times, but I think the most recent being 2023. 2023. And the reason that we're here, Judge, is because he did pick up 2 misdemeanor cases, one being a resisting and one being an evading. I've had a chance to take a look at some of the evidence there, Judge. There's already been a probation offer that's been conveyed. Looking at the evidence, I don't think it's going to be one where we're pleading guilty to both for probation, but I do think we can get them resolved relatively quickly. It's an incident alleged at a Walmart where he's alleged to have walked out eating potato chips that he did not pay for. In the grand scheme of things, silly, but also, we understand the severity of him being on probation for 4 cases. One thing, Judge, is that we did want the court to consider the fact that as soon as he found out about the warrant, he voluntarily turned himself in. He was in communication with me. I was not initially appointed on the probation cases, but we were already working on getting him to take some sort of theft class for the misdemeanors. And I know that he had been communicating with his probation officer. It wasn't Miss Pineda, I believe it was Miss Reyesa on the east side, who, according to my client, had indicated that she did still want to work with him, and she didn't want him sitting in jail because he had been doing good. And so, obviously we can corroborate with the probation department, Judge, but we are asking to consider all those circumstances and hopefully allow him back on probation while we work out the misdemeanors.
Okay. Ms. Winery?
Your Honor, the state would oppose. Simply because he's on deferred probation, and those terms are explained to him very clearly when he signs for probation that he's not to commit any offenses against the state of Texas. Even after he was on probation prior, he picked up other cases and he was continued on probation. He had probation in 2021, a deferred probation. He picked up assault family violence in 2023 and assault a public servant in 2023, yet he was allowed to continue on probation. It seems that he doesn't take probation as seriously as the rest of us, and he keeps committing offenses. So the state would ask that his bond remain the same if there's a bond in place, and if there's not, that he actually be revoked on his probation cases and be sentenced to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
Okay. So yeah, Mr. Mesa, it looks like, he wasn't doing great on probation when he picks up the new cases. I hear you in terms of the new cases, might be able to be worked out.
Your Honor, if I can just maybe get a progress report of what he was or wasn't doing on probation.
So he pled in March of 2023. Let's see, community service, TAP, anger management, and screen for the MHI caseload. He enrolled in anger management in March of 2024. He was unsuccessfully discharged on May 6 due to lack of attendance. In June, he was asked to enroll again. He advised the provider that he had just enrolled on July of 2024. Oh, he had a okay, well, so I'm hearing there's an incomplete summary here. He was released from custody, violation notice, bench warrant issued, motion to adjudicate. He was dropped from anger management classes a second time for non-attendance, but I think at that point he's in custody. Oh, no, he wasn't in custody. He then is in custody on 8/29. So what's missing, Carla? How about instead of me reading from an incomplete report, you tell me what the complete report is?
It was just, Your Honor, that the previously, back in 2022, there was, Mr. Silvas had already had another MTEC filed at the time due to the rearrest at that time of the assaults, which are the ones he continued on, he was placed on probation for, which are the 2023 cases, which I believe Ms. Nawari mentioned. But that was not mentioned on this summary.
Got it.
So it's the second motion.
So, right. So we start on probation on the 2020 case, the 2020 and the 2021. Then he picks up the assault on a public servant and the assault family previous, and we keep him on probation. And now we've picked up an evading and resisting and not so compliant. So, they're all deferred.
Yes, Your Honor.
Deferred, so he's entitled to a bond on each of these cases. Does he have any resources towards a bond?
It's very limited, Judge. I'd have to check with him as far as exactly how much, because I know he was trying to round some resources up at the end. Mr. Silvas, how much of a bond could you afford?
Be like 100 to 200 on my bonds. That's it.
We're not gonna have the resources. He's entitled to a bond, so I have to set him. Clause number ending 875, his bond is going to be 25,000 cash surety. Clause number ending 195, it's gonna be $20,000 cash surety. Clause number ending 55 is gonna be 25,000 cash surety, and 4211 is going to be 10,000 cash surety. I'm not so sure I want to keep him on probation, Mr. Mesa.
I understand your concern, Judge. You know, without getting into the merits of this case, I mean, it really is, these misdemeanors are really silly. I mean, like I said, I can't attest to what his performance before. The silver lining is he didn't pick up new assaults, right? I mean, these easily could have been something that I think the police handled differently. Obviously, they have the discretion not to. But he was tased and kind of beaten up at a Popeyes across the street because of these potato chips. And I'm sure if he could go back, he'd handle it differently too. But from reading the report, it kind of just seems like he maybe he's had some bad experience with police and didn't believe them to go back to the Walmart, and then things escalated.
His misdemeanors, are not set for anything. I see you all had a bond hearing, although it was waived. They don't have future settings, the misdemeanors, so I'm going to reset all of his cases here for 30 days for probation status. If there aren't any motions filed yet, Ms. Winery, or I think there was. I think there are. We'll just make sure that we have all our motions filed on him. Do you have an idea of a rec, Ms. Winery, on Mr. Silvas?
Your Honor, on the assault public servant, state would ask for 5 years. Assault family violence, state would ask for 5 years. Ag assault deadly weapon, state would ask for 10. State jail, no, 12 months.
All right. Okay, we'll come back in 30 days.
Okay, Judge. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thank you.
May I be excused?
Downtown, thank you. You may be excused. Have a good day. Did I almost make up for the morning with the afternoon?
Yes, ma'am.
Almost. Not really. I don't think so.
I thoroughly enjoyed this morning. Especially the end. Are we still on YouTube?
Yeah, can we get off of YouTube?